Tesla stock investors just got duped. It was completely accidental. As far as I can tell, this was not intentional, but the result is still the same. This is all about this clip. You see how the Cybertruck moves? This looks absolutely phenomenal, amazing. You have never seen a big vehicle like this move this fast around the corner. This is really pushing the limits of physics, right? Well, while this is a real Cybertruck, the speed is actually not real. This video is sped up. And the way this happened is there have been many people that retweeted this video from Tesla Economics, and there have been many others, by the way, as well. And while in the original video, it was pretty clear this was sped up, once it was retweeted a few times, it was no longer clear. And there's no community note here either. So if I go into here, it just says, Dan, that turn is fire, and there's no indication anywhere here that the video is sped up. And generally, the kind of comments that were left under these videos is like a video game. The turn radius really is sick. I couldn't believe it when I saw it. Nice turning radius, holy F word. Things like that were very common. So yeah, unfortunately, many people did get duped. And then when you go closer to the source, yeah, then you eventually see it was sped up. Then we also need to take a look at the editing history of that tweet, because the original tweet that was not edited is what I saw. It did not say that it was sped up. And I look at this and I'm like, there's no way this is real. I don't think this is real. And then I go to the original source, which is just a name tag and does not point directly to the source of the video. So actually, eventually I found it on YouTube, and here it is. This is the exact same turn. This is in real time, not sped up, not slowed down. This is the actual footage. You can see the actual speed of the Cybertruck is not impressive at all. So all of this was not intentional. As far as I can tell, this is a complete accident how the video just went completely viral, but the result is nonetheless many people actually got duped. So hopefully you are now very well aware this video was sped up. This is fairly important news from Bloomberg. Mass production of Tesla's revamped Model 3 may start in China as soon as next month. People familiar with the matter said mass production is set to follow beginning as soon as September. Output will ramp up through China's National Day holiday, which starts on September 30th, the people added. Now, when Tesla says mass production, when it refers to the whole factory, it usually means about 5,000 units produced per week. So if we could apply the same thing for the refreshed Model 3, then that could be fairly bullish. But if you remember the numbers from before, the rumor is that Tesla is targeting 10,000 refresh Model 3s produced in Shanghai next month. And Bloomberg source does say that the exterior will be different, interior components will be different, and that the total cost to make this vehicle once it is fully ramped will be lower. This person says mass production has already commenced and delivery will be available immediately upon release before September 1st. I remain skeptical about that. This rumor, though, I find it to be a lot more credible. Tesla stores in China are reportedly taking deposits for refresh Model 3 reservations. On August 17th, a reporter from China Business News learned from a Tesla store that orders for the new Model 3 have begun. Before the specific configuration of the new model is available, consumers can prepay a deposit of about 1,000 yuan, so a little over $100, which would be non-refundable. According to store employees, deliveries of the new Model 3 will start in September or October. Yeah, October seems reasonable. Maybe the middle or end of September also sounds reasonable. But that's assuming that Tesla clears out all of the inventory of the old Model 3. So I think October is more likely. And check this out. Tesla's Irish site has a message up when placing a Model 3 order. New vehicle coming soon. Something does not add up here. I need to investigate further. This feels a lot like that Cybertruck video. Probably not intentional, but let's see what's going on here. All right, he has a screenshot and everything. So this is what he says. Okay, new vehicle coming soon. All right, guys, I think I know exactly what's happening here. I can also replicate this with a Model Y, and you know why? It's because this is a vehicle that's supposed to be in inventory that's coming really soon. This is simply saying that this particular model, this particular vehicle is going to be available soon for pickup or order, but right now it's out of stock basically. That's all this is. So in my opinion, that had nothing to do with the refreshed Model 3. Troy just posted his delivery estimates on Twitter, and these are now lower compared to his previous estimate, and actually he is below the analyst consensus as well. The analysts are at 463,000 deliveries for this quarter. And this is latest public backlog from Troy. You can see that the backlog actually increased by a little bit, so that's good. You can see here where the backlog is coming from. Here's some interesting data. You can see Tesla's deliveries in China based on the insurance data, and these are just pure EV companies basically, and you can see that lately their deliveries slowed down a little bit, but Tesla's increased. That's not a lot of data yet, and things could certainly change, but it's something to pay attention to. Alexandra just posted her updated financial overview of Tesla, and remember earlier how Tesla used to be junk basically rated by these companies such as S&P. Yeah, well, now it's investment grade, but Tesla does deserve a lot more. The darker the green color is, the better. And you can see that Tesla is the only one with Alphabet together that have extremely strong financials, but the rating is really poor from Moody's and S&P, which rate companies. That's certainly not fair, and if they use logic to make their evaluations, then they should upgrade Tesla, certainly. The big automakers in the US are really suffering from this union strike. Jeff did some calculations, and he's estimating that they are basically losing $15,000 per car per week based on these numbers that you can see here. He says that they basically ship 120,000 per week based on Q2 numbers. So yeah, 15,000 per car per week in terms of losses. Ooh, financing a Tesla vehicle is now a little bit more expensive, as you can see here. This is effectively like a price increase, but without any additional profit. Tesla's charging infrastructure has been rated as the best one in the US, which is obvious really. But this is based on a point scale of 1,000 points, so we are pretty far away from 1,000 points, but all other ones are quite a bit lower, especially Electrify America. I'm not exactly sure what Tesla needs to do to get 1,000 points. Probably more superchargers in different places so that you have less inconvenience. Currently, it is estimated that they have 1,943,000 Cybertruck reservations. It's a pretty high number. We are very close to 2 million. And the Cybertruck sightings don't stop. We can see 2 truckloads of Cybertrucks here. This could be something big. We know that, at least recently, when Elon Musk went somewhere, and if it was more public, then Elon would always have some plans. And he's tweeting that he's in Japan right now. If he's meeting someone, then this could turn into something more serious, perhaps. This is just complete speculation. This may not happen. But maybe Elon is thinking of building something in Japan. Maybe a Megapack factory as an example. Maybe an actual Gigafactory. That's just all speculation. James thinks that a Megapack factory is more likely in Japan than a Gigafactory. Herbert from Brighter with Herbert also seems to think that a Megapack factory is certainly possible. And we have an interesting prediction here. In the next 3 to 4 years, Tesla will announce Megapack factories for each of the 10 largest global economies. That's because Megapacks are more bulky and more difficult to ship than vehicles. So it would be basically all of these countries here. Remember how before we talked about hardware for having less RAM and perhaps less storage as well? Well, that is turning out to perhaps be not exactly right, at least overall when we look at the overall system and not just infotainment. Before we talked specifically about infotainment, but overall hardware 4 is seemingly quite a bit better. More cores, both CPU and NPU, bumped up clocks as well, also more RAM and storage. It's actually quite a bit more storage. And for RAM, doesn't seem like he knows exactly, but he found this article which indicates that indeed it is quite a bit more. And now he thinks that based on this hardware, you could play pretty complex video games from Steam, for example, because you have 16 gigabytes of RAM, although technically right now Steam is not available for Model 3 and Y, but maybe with hardware 4 that is going to change. As a Tesla stock investor, I love this one. This is a full truckload of Cybertrucks, and in a moment you will see another one right there, but it doesn't stop just here. There's one more semi carrying more Cybertrucks. That's 9 in total, I think. Where do you think they are all going? Turns out they probably went to Fremont, where Tesla has another factory. Today, Tesla stock is down again, and if you are a trader, that makes sense because we had price cuts, we had the CFO step down, Elon said production is going to be slower this quarter than before because of factory upgrades, and if you are a trader, you don't like that, but if you are a long-term investor, if you need to do factory upgrades, it doesn't really make sense to postpone them because in the long term we would just hurt ourselves. We want to do the factory upgrades. So to me, it does not really make sense that Tesla stock is down to me as a long-term investor, which makes me really excited because we got the Cybertruck coming out, we got the refresh Model 3 coming out, we have the laser factory ramping up quickly, probably, in California, producing the mega packs. We have another mega pack factory going up in China. We have Giga Mexico that is going to be built relatively soon. To me, as a long-term investor, there's so much good news. And this is a buying opportunity for me. And YouTube says you should watch this video next, but if you haven't finished watching this Elon Musk interview, watch this one first. My name is Matt Posius. Like and subscribe if you haven't yet, and I will see you in the next video. Thank you so much for watching.